Hey guys, Pegwarmer here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at G.I. Joe Classified series Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander is number 6 in the series, but is the 7th figure in the line. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the regular release of Cobra Commander, as well as the Regal variant. We'll also look at his accessories, compare the regular to the Regal variant, and compare him to other 6-inch figures. I was debating on whether or not to include the Snake Supreme version in this review, but I wanted to review the line in order. And since the Cobra Commander Snake Supreme version is actually its own separate number 09, I'm only going to include the Cobra Commanders that were released as number 06. Before we get started, if you could hit that like button, we'd be able to buy Cobra Commander a few more minutes in his speech to the citizens of the world. If you really do like this video, don't forget to subscribe too. Thanks in advance. Alright, let's get into it. Cobra Commander's packaging is like the rest of the line, and features unique artwork on the front, which continues on to the side. Interestingly, both the regular release and the Regal variant have the same box art, which seems to depict him in the lighter blue Regal variant uniform. I think it's interesting that regular release has all silver piping, silver pauldron, gold piping, just like the Regal variant, and the exact same box art. We have the usual artwork on the back. The bottom of the box has the usual Happy Fun Ball warnings, and the top of the box has 06 and the Cobra logo. Now it's hard to tell in this light. The regular release here has just a white 06. The Regal variant, the 06 is slightly tinted blue. Onto the file card. According to Hasbro, these icons and the numbers associated with them represent the following in this order: role, what the character does; gear, what the character uses; skill, what the character is good at; mastery, what the character is best at. Each icon also has 4 unique visual representations of the character's proficiency in that particular area. Per Hasbro, to be part of G.I. Joe or Cobra, you have to be the best of the best at what you do. So while a level 1 may seem low, it still represents an elite level of proficiency. But we're left to our own imaginations to figure out just what exactly an elite level of proficiency actually means. Cobra Commander's file card has the following: role, leader, level 4. He leads teams and commands missions. But does he though? I feel like he was always waiting around back at base, or at the very least, hanging at the rear of the fighting so he can make a quick getaway when things inevitably start falling apart. Let me know down in the comments if I'm way off. Gear, light weapons, level 1. He uses small, handheld weapons. Skill, psyops, level 4. He uses psychological attacks to influence thoughts and behavior. Mastery, coercion, level 4. He uses fear to bend the wills of those he commands. Cobra Commander's file name is unknown. His birthplace is unknown. His height is listed as 6 foot, or 1.83 meters. And his description is Cobra Leader. Pretty fitting. According to his official bio on the G.I. Joe site, the leader of Cobra is the most treacherous and despicable criminal the world has ever known. Cobra Commander has channeled his boundless ambitions into building a worldwide criminal organization with one goal: global domination at any cost. Highly intelligent and dangerously unstable. Wields a strange form of charm that can twist intentions and morals, making his poisonous words seem plausible and relatable, and masking the true motives behind his treachery. That is a pretty apt description. I like it. Let's free Cobra Commander from his plastic prison and compare the original and Regal versions of his accessories. And we'll start with the regular release. Alright, and now we'll take out the Regal variant. There he goes. There he is. Out of the box, he comes with a weapon grip hand and a dramatic grasping hand. He also has alternate hands, a fist for the left hand, and a pointing finger for the right hand. The grasping hand and the finger pointing hand, I think, are excellent, and a really, really add a lot of personality to the figure. As we can see, the Regal version comes with exactly the same stuff. Pointing hand, fist, dramatic grasping hand, grip hand. Just dark blue instead of black. I just love the way you say that. I don't know. Could be. This guy? I'm gonna pick my nose. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Finally, we have his flintlock. While there are actual flintlock or muzzle loader pellet guns out there, Hasbro does not have one in the Nerf line, at least not that I could find. So this is one of the rare figures that comes with a non-Nerf based firearm. Even has the barrel of the gun coming out of the snake's mouth. Again, combined with the elegance and the over-the-top nature of the sword, these two weapons suit him perfectly. There's also a snake molded into the handle. You can see the extra detailing for the scales. There's also a snakeskin detail underneath the flintlock. And there's even a lot of nice detail in the firing pin here. Alright, let's take a closer look at Cobra Commander and compare the regular release with the Regal variant. The only difference between the two is the deco, with the regular release having a more navy blue tone, with silver detailing and touches of gold, which, you know, the Cobra symbol, the buttons. The entire look comes off as realistic and fits in perfectly with the rest of the line. The Regal variant has the classic Real American Hero light blue color and enough gold to make even the most swole Jersey Shore resident jealous. He is just dripping in it. On the regular release, we get silver accents at the top and the bottom of the helmet. There we got the silver around the bottom and a silver stripe on the top. The Regal variant gets a dark blue accent on the top of the helmet and gold around the bottom of the helmet. Moving down from the helmet, the top of the outfit is black on the regular release and dark blue on the Regal. The piping along the outfit is silver on the regular release and gold on the Regal. The regular release has a shoulder pauldron that is silver and black with a gold strip that flows into a black cape with a red lining. The Regal variant has a gold shoulder pauldron with a small red paint app, and you can see the molding for that is in the regular release. You can see right there. It's got a dark blue strip right here where it's gold on the regular release, and it flows into a dark blue cape with a red lining. Both of them have gold buttons. The regular release has a black belt and a black sheath, and the Regal variant has a gold belt with a light blue and dark blue sheath. The forearm gauntlets on the regular release are black with silver accents, and the Regals are dark blue with gold accents, but they both get the Cobra logo painted nicely in red. The regular release legs have red going down the side, while the Regal version has a dark blue stripe. Finally, the boots, which are probably besides the actual colors themselves, are probably the biggest departure from the original. The boots on the regular release are just straight black. The Regal variants are dark blue, but also have gold accents at the top. They fill in those empty spaces on the regular. And then the actual feet are painted gold, but then there's still that blue strip right there. So the detailing on the Regal variant, especially on the boots, is a lot nicer. But it does lose some things up top. Like it gets that additional red spot of paint on the pauldron, but then the whole pauldron's gold, whereas the regular release is black and silver and gold. Moving on to articulation, it's the same for both, so we'll just look at the original. His head is on a ball joint with another ball joint in the neck, and he can look up pretty far, and he can look down very nicely. And because of this nice articulation, you do get a little bit of pivot, so you can kind of give him some attitude. He's got butterfly joints in the shoulders. They go backward very nicely and forward pretty well. Not as far as they go backward, but it's still a very nice range. And his arms rotate 360 degrees. This side is a little bit hindered because of the shoulder pauldron, but it's loose, so you can kind of move it up a little bit and get him to go all the way around. His arms don't hang his sides as flat as I'd like, but it still looks pretty good. His arms go out just a hair over 90 degrees. He has a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow that is outstanding. I mean, it goes all the way on both sides. I mean, it's perfect. His right wrist hinges up and down, which is excellent for the shooting hand. And his left wrist hinges side to side, which again is fine since he's going to be holding the gun in this hand. Like the other figures in the line so far, both of his legs drop down, but they don't go all the way out. It's kind of limited, and it's not. I don't think it's because of the outfit. It might be. He's got a double jointed knee that goes all the way up. Again, excellent. I love the articulation on this guy. He's got a thigh swivel, a boot swivel, and his feet can point up and down, and they have a rocker. With his excellent articulation and with the additional hands, he can really be put in some expressive poses, and I really appreciate the job that Hasbro did, because out of all the characters so far, and maybe overall, Cobra Commander is one of my favorites, and he's the kind that just does really well with overly dramatic posing. On top of that, because you can't see his face, it's, you know, you can suspend disbelief all the longer, because you could imagine him saying anything you want or having any kind of look on his face that you wanted, because you're not limited by whatever expression happens to be on the character that you're working with. Speaking of the face, I was a little disappointed at first that it wasn't, you know, a chrome reflective helmet, but after thinking about it for a bit and doing some photography with him, I realized this works perfectly for what it needs to do, and if it were an actual chrome reflective surface, I would have to go in and remove myself or whatever was reflected in his helmet every time I took pictures of him. So even though I wasn't pleased with it at first, I am glad that this is the direction Hasbro went, because it still gives us the look you expect from Cobra Commander's helmet, but without any of the drawbacks. What I would like to see, and I'm sure there's probably customizers out there that are doing it, I'd love to see just his regular style helmet. I wasn't a big fan of the hooded face Cobra. I know a lot of people are. I just prefer this version, because to me it still retains the mystery. When he's got the hood on, you can kind of see what color his eyes are, and you can kind of see a little bit of the skin tone behind it. With this, you just have absolutely no idea. So, kind of leaves the mystery intact. Okay, well, in my excitement, I totally forgot about the torso articulation and the waist swivel and everything else. He does have a waist swivel. He can go backwards, and he can lean forward. Here we have Cobra Commander with some Star Wars figures. We have Kylo Ren, a Desert Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, a Scout Trooper, and Greedo. He scales very well with the Black Series and other 6-inch Star Wars figures lines like Metacom. Let's see what else we got. Here we have Cobra Commander with some Marvel Legends villains. We have Thanos, Ebony Maw, Magneto, Mysterio, Ultron, Yellow Jacket, and Doctor Doom. I really like the way Doctor Doom and Cobra Commander look together. I think he scales very well with the Marvel Legends, which is excellent, because that just totally opens up what you can do and who you can pose them with and the kind of scenes you can create. Let's see what else we got. And here we have Cobra Commander with the rest of the line that we've reviewed so far. We have Destro, Cobra Commander, the regular release Snake Eyes, the Redeco Field Variant Scarlet, Redeco Field Variant Duke, and the original Roadblock. And just for good measure, Regal Cobra Commander hanging out back here. Of course, he scales perfectly with the other Joes. Why wouldn't he? They look fantastic together. I have a bunch more that I can't wait to get open. I can't wait until I have this whole platform filled up with Joes to do the comparisons with. Alright, let's check them out in some vehicles. Here we have Cobra Commander on Squirrel Girl's scooter. It's a good fit. His butt isn't exactly touching the seat, and some of his parts here were a little bit more difficult to get put around so I could get him gripping the handlebars. He fits okay, but it's not ideal. I've had some figures that have fit a little bit better, some that have fit worse, but he fits on it, and that's really all that counts. Here's Cobra Commander in Professor X's hover chair. I think this is a great fit. Well, let me rephrase that. I think he looks fantastic in it, and I really could see something like that being in, the Real American Hero cartoon. There's just kind of this hovering chair. I feel like maybe Serpentor had something like that. I don't know. The blanket I had to kind of cram in there, and his cape he's sitting on it. I had to kind of bend it around, and his sheath isn't really in there very well. So it fits, but I don't think I'd leave him in here for any length of time because I wouldn't want to damage the mold. But when he's in here, though, I think he looks great. Here's Cobra Commander and Luke's Landspeeder, and it is a tight fit. Not really going to work. That one's out. Let's see what else we got. Here's Cobra Commander on a speeder bike. A much better fit than the Landspeeder. It's a little awkward to put him on there. Again, because of his coat here, it doesn't really allow for his legs to come too far out, so it's a little awkward to put him on here. It does work, but so far he's been a little bit of an awkward fit for all these things. Let's check out one more. And here's Cobra Commander on Black Widow's motorcycle. That is a perfect fit. That will go excellently. I'm definitely going to have to try and incorporate that in with some of the pictures. All right, my final thoughts on Cobra Commander. I've always been a fan of Cobra Commander since my first introduction to him in the Sumbo series when it was new. God, I'm old. I love the confidence, charm, and ruthless nature of him. All that was amplified and really filled out by the phenomenal voice work of Chris Latta. He provided the soul of Cobra Commander. I think anyone doing the voice now should absolutely aim for making him sound as close as possible to the original. That voice is so much more important since we can't ever see his face, and I'm ignoring the movie here, or even his eyes most of the time, and need to take all our cues from his body language and voice. I realize I'm kind of nerding out about the voice, but can anyone my age honestly look at Cobra Commander and not hear that voice? I also feel like Cobra Commander is almost like the Dennis Reynolds of the G.I. Joe line, intelligent, unstable, and fixated on his own needs and desires above all else, almost to a fault. Not to mention the use of acronyms. I could totally see Cobra Commander DENNIS-ing someone. Interestingly, when viewing Cobra Commander on the official Joe site, he is sporting the Regal variant look, including the gold and red sword included with the Regal variant. This, combined with the box art, makes me think the Regal variant was intended to be the regular release. Out of the previous figures I've reviewed, I think Cobra Commander is my current favorite. His articulation, accessories, and deco make him an obvious must-have for anyone even vaguely interested in the line. While I love the Regal variant, and that is how I picture Cobra Commander in my head thanks to the Sumbo cartoon, the actual regular release version fits in so much better with the line, as well as with the Cobra Troopers and Infantry and the Vipers. In my opinion, that makes the regular release just a bit better than the Regal variant. I can't wait to see if the regular release can hold its own against the Snake Supreme version. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. It would really help my channel grow and would mean a lot to me. I'll see you real soon in the next one.